So a few months back, I made you guys watch real lesbian porn. And this is a follow-up to that video. As we learned, most straight women watch lesbian porn compared to straight guys. Why do you think so many straight women have lesbian fantasies?
I have contemplated on this. I've thought about it.
This is a very deep question.
I think that's a great question because when I do choose to watch porn, I want to watch two women.
I really just think it's because I know that I am most understood by my best friends, by other women. So I think that we look to be understood. We look to we're maybe somehow creatures of habit.
Sometimes when you see like women and guys, like you could tell like the girls are always so into it. I feel like in other porn it's not as, I don't know, there's always some like, you could see a hesitation, and in like a lot of gay porn you could tell like the ones we were watching, they were doing like, they were tickling and they were just being very, very affectionate.
If you're sexually with a woman and you're fantasizing about that, it's because as a woman, you know what women like.
I was bi-curious in college. I was going through a really bad breakup though. It always happens though when I'm going through a really bad breakup and I'm like, you know what, let me just go try the other side.
You're with a woman, you're with someone that understands that it's not all about rushing and just like fucking each other and then, you know, smoking a cigarette. Even though that can be nice.
So what do you think is so sexy about two women being together for you?
For me, it was the yearning to know if it was something that I would enjoy.
I think for me it's just like the sensuality. I remember Gia, which my name is Gia, but the movie Gia with Angelina Jolie, it's such an attractive scene when she starts going at it with the other girl, like, and it's very detailed, that shot. So it's something about like a woman's curves and their breasts and caressing each other and then knowing how it feels to be touched down there just by anybody. So I think just that in general, like add all that together and you get aroused.
When you have lesbian fantasies, when you have thoughts about this kind of stuff, do you picture yourself only receiving, or do you picture yourself giving as well, or is it like a mixture?
I could picture myself giving up until the point of physically actually going down on a woman. I've never fantasized about that.
When I had that one experience in college, it was both. Because I was curious, like, what does it taste like?
It's back and forth.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think about the taste of women sometimes.
Sex is sex, but intimacy is intimacy. Like, you can have sex without intimacy, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think that with women, when it brings into that sense of intimacy, that's when I think I look for that emotion, you know?
If like I'm gonna like a girl, it has to be like a girl who's like really cool. So it's not about like giving or receiving, it's more about like, oh, like this is a cool girl.
But if you were to think about it.
I don't think about it.
Did you go downtown?
No, I don't think about those things.
Did you eat her carpet?
We don't talk about those things.
Do you think that straight men have gay fantasies? Oh no, you know something. You don't have to say it on camera.
I think they do.
You know
I think
something.
they wouldn't admit it, but I think they do.
Yes, I think all straight men are gay.
I think they do.
You told me that before.
Yeah, I do.
Explain what you mean by that.
Yeah.
I think that straight men just have secret fantasies that they don't want to admit deep down inside. A lot of them do.
I don't even think that most men would really open themselves up to the ideas of even wanting to face that they had a fantasy if they did. So I'm sure it's something that's immediately blocked out, but I bet they do.
If they do have a gay fantasy, do you think that they want to get banged up the butt?
I think they do.
Yes.
I think they want to know. I think they want to know what they're missing out on.
I think they want a bottom. I think they want to know what it feels like to have like a big penis in their ass. You know?
Yeah, I think they probably
I bet they do. But
Yeah, I think everybody has.
yeah, I think we're just more open about it than they are.
Click the thumbs up if you think I should do a video about straight men having gay fantasies.
Part of the human condition is that we can't ever know fully what somebody else is experiencing. So no, if you're gay or straight, man or male or female, it's like you're literally never gonna know how somebody else feels.
What do you think this says about the difference between men and women's sexuality?
I think it's our society.
Like I said, there's a lot less of a taboo for women than there are for men to be sexually expressive. Part of it is a negative connotation, I think, because we're looked so closely as sex symbols more than for other things. So that's probably why it's viewed that way. But I think that it's a matter of men having more to lose by opening up.
I feel like a lot of men aren't as open about their sexuality as women are, and I feel like that's a huge problem. And they look at it as a negative thing. It's just our society.
I think it's society for sure, yeah.
It's society saying, oh, if you like guys and you can't like girls, and there's something wrong with it. And I feel like a lot of men want to be masculine, so they don't want to admit that they like or into that.
It's the same way that like women get brainwashed about bodies and stuff like that. It's like if we didn't have all this external bullshit making us think that we have to be a certain way, like the false masculinity that is forced upon men, like they would be not afraid to explore things like that.
I mean, now I think it's starting to open up, but I think definitely society sets the bar for it being okay or it not being okay. I like to watch women eating each other out.
Yeah, I feel like I can watch some good lesbian porn and like be turned on by it.
So do I get to ask questions?
No, I'm gonna ask you questions.
My name's Gia Faye, and I think I'm straight. I'm just kidding.